October 30th, 2022. In Aurora, Colorado, officers are responding to reports of a possible shooting.
Okay, come back here. All right, I'm in contact with female. What's wrong?
This is 22-year-old Jessica Serrano. This is her family home, and she was hiding in the bathroom from an intruder when she heard gunshots. When she went out into the hallway, she walked into a living nightmare.
Shot my family!
What do you mean he shot your family? Stay right here.
I got another guy down right here. Where's these kids supposed to be? Bob, we got a total of 3 down right now. Inside the house.
Inside the house, the cops discover 4 people dead. It appears that Jessica is lucky to be alive.
Oh my God! There's shots fired at my house! Okay, what's going on? I don't know, I can't lock myself in the restroom.
As the case unfolds, the cops will realize that this mysterious killer was lying in wait. But why would someone gun down an entire family like this? And how did Jessica survive it?
This is the most serious situation you are ever going to be in your life.
Here on The Decoder, with never-before-seen police interview footage and disturbing scenes, this is the story of the Serrano family murders. The Aurora Police Department arrive at the Serrano house on North Geneva Street at 2:17 a.m., and Jessica comes out to meet them.
All right, she's telling me he's just shot her family. Stay right there. Thank you. Where's he at? Over where? Where?
He's running! He's running!
5, we need multiple ambulances, please. Hey, gloves and let's go.
The killers only just fled the scene.
All right, give me some light. Give me some light. Sir, can you hear me? We got one hit. Give me some light over here. He's also got a wound to the chest. I don't see where he's hitting the head.
On the cheek, possibly. You can see it right there. Possible entrance. And it looks like it might have gone out through.
He's actively bleeding through his chest by his right pectoral.
I've got one down, gunshot wound in the kitchen. Get the female out of here. Get out of here. Ma'am, come on. You need to get out of here. Come on. Go out there. Go out the side. Go outside.
Jessica is distraught, and the cops need space to do their jobs. But she needs them to check on her sister's kids first.
The girls! The girls!
What girls?
They're in the room! The room! I don't know!
Okay, stay here. I need you to stay here.
The girls! The girls! The girls!
I might have some girls inside.
The girls!
I want to ask you one question, okay? How many people were in the house?
Me, my sister, and her boyfriend, and my dad.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much. No other children or anything else, right?
No.
Okay.
My kids are in Texas with my aunt.
Jessica lives there with her twin sister Mariana, Mariana's boyfriend, Kenneth Green Luque, and her father Jesus, alongside her sister's 2 young daughters. A tenant, 49-year-old Rudolfo Salgado Perez, lives in an RV on the property too. But Jessica's the only one who's come out of the house so far.
Okay, is it unlocked or?
The window's open, so.
Sure.
How many do we have in there?
Children inside that bed that are children. They're good. Untouched.
Okay, so.
Kids don't need anything.
Kids don't need anything.
I think those are her sister's kids.
Oh, there you are.
Yeah, I think those are her sister's kids. So.
Well, there's the sister. She's down. Can we get those kids out?
The kids are unharmed, but the cops can't say the same for the adults in the house.
Is that where we came to? Yes.
This one right here.
Huh?
This one?
He's bleeding from the face. He was face down. I rolled him. Okay, next one with me, please. Straight ahead. Looks like it just could be the face or head. All the ones that are down look like adults. I got one in the basement, one in the kitchen, one in a bedroom at the back door on the south side.
I got black outside, black,
Okay.
black.
So, yeah,
4 total.
yeah.
When the officer says black, he means DOA, dead on arrival.
Tough news to bring you. 4 people were shot in Aurora overnight, and moments ago, police confirmed at least one of those people have died.
Though the news doesn't know it yet, all the adults in the house are dead. All of them, except Jessica. Ken lies at the foot of the basement steps, shot once. Police believe he was the first to die. Mariana has been shot twice in the kitchen. Her father lies in the hallway, also shot twice. And Rudolfo is dead in the backyard.
There is a big scene out here. You can see multiple Aurora police cars out here. They're gathered at a home where they say this shooting happened. And we know they're actively looking for the suspect, who they say remains at large. And as you said, here in the past half hour, we've confirmed with police that multiple adults have died as a result of this shooting.
The neighborhood is in total upheaval. Aurora, Colorado is listed among the 100 best places to live in the U.S. But it isn't a good place to be tonight. One of the Serrano's neighbors was woken up by the gunfire.
It was probably around 2 o'clock after I heard like a ting on the window, then I heard this gunshots, then I saw this girl screaming. She ran shoom like that and then screaming and hollering, and then seconds later a guy in a white shirt and looked like black pants ran right after her, and she was screaming and screaming, and then all of a sudden he took off that way and she came screaming back to the house.
So he run in the street north?
He didn't run in the street, he went back that way in between the houses.
Did you see anybody carrying anything or anything like that?
No, they were running fast.
Okay.
He was running fast because as soon as the gunshots, she was probably 20 seconds
after that,
just screaming down. They were going fast. I mean, they were like lightning fast. They were that fast. So what got me was the gunshots.
Yeah.
How many do you think you heard?
For sure 3. For sure 3. Possible 4, but for sure 3. She was just screaming out of her lungs, like, horrified, just tragic, horrified. She was just screaming, and then he started, calling her as he was running after her, so I don't know, he must have been the shooter.
The officers asked the neighbor to show them outside where the suspect went.
Where all the webs are, right there on that tree.
Oh, yeah, over there?
Right there, yeah.
So he ran over there.
He ran up straight between the greenhouse and the White House.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah.
Going this way.
East.
We have to assume he is armed, and we are very concerned and want to do everything we can to find him and take him into custody as soon as possible.
When they got to their house, the door was open. It was all cracked and open.
But he didn't kill Jessica, and only the suspect knows why any of this happened. The suspect and Jessica herself.
I'm sorry, I just can't believe it. I can't believe it.
I need you to stay right here.
I was hiding in the restroom.
I need you to stay right here.
I was hiding in the restroom calling 911, and he wanted me to leave with him. He wanted me to leave with him.
One thing's becoming chillingly clear. The killer was known to her. And to understand exactly what happened to tear this close-knit family apart, we'll have to go back to the events that led to the 911 call, which Jessica placed before the shooting even started.
I know that you and your dad, I believe, were at a party earlier in the night. Is that right? Do you remember that? Yeah.
Jessica and her dad, 51-year-old Jesus Serrano, went to a party that night at Jesus's girlfriend's daughter's house. They got back home at around 2 a.m.
So when you got home, Can you tell me, do you remember when you went down to your room, did you notice some things out of place?
Mm-hmm.
Talk to me about that.
I looked at my closet. And I was gonna change into pajamas. And while I was going through my stuff, I have a TV in my closet. And in between the TV, his jacket was there.
Do you remember what the jacket looked like?
Orange.
Did you notice anything else?
Mm-hmm.
What else?
That was weird because it wasn't there before. So I just started looking around. And in my closet, to the left side, there's a hole.
Mm-hmm.
And inside, there was his parents.
And were they not there before?
No.
She recognized the pants and the car keys she found in the pocket. They belonged to her ex and the father of her children, 21-year-old Joseph Castorena. She and Joseph had been together on and off for years, but they'd recently broken up. Jessica thought for good. Now, somehow, his belongings were inside her house.
You came back upstairs, is that when you called 911?
My ex-boyfriend has restraining orders, and he's not supposed to be here around me with this house. And I just found his jacket here, his jeans, and his keys here.
Okay.
In my closet, hiding.
You're good. Did anybody see him inside the house?
No, but his stuff is here.
Okay, got it. Did you look around? Did you see him at all or anything?
No.
She keeps herself hidden inside the closet, terrified he's come to hurt her. Meanwhile, the dispatcher arranges for a police unit to come by. But Jessica isn't listening anymore.
We're going to go ahead and put them out there. If you do end up seeing him on camera or anything else, just give us a call back, but I have it in, okay? What's going on, Jessica?
Oh my God! There's shots fired at my house!
Okay, what's going on?
I don't know, I can't lost myself in the restroom.
Okay.
Help now!
Stay on the phone with me.
Help now!
Stay on the phone with me. Just don't hang up. You don't have to talk. Who's outside? Did you see him? Okay. Okay, stay on the phone. Don't hang up.
Do you remember how you knew he was outside the bathroom door? Was he talking to you?
He was trying to open the window, the restroom window.
Okay.
Because I looked up and I saw a shadow. And I looked up and I saw him, and then that's when he shot to the wall.
Do you remember what he was saying to you?
Because at first my sister was she was banging on the door first.
Mm-hmm.
She was trying to get in and I was holding the door back. But with my back, so I was like this. And then I didn't open the door. And I guess she ran back and that's when Joseph got her. That's when Joseph started kicking or punching the door. And he got in and then he put the gun on right here. And they clicked and they didn't do anything.
Joseph was out of bullets, and it saved Jessica's life.
I remember pushing him up the tub and he fell in there. Now, I don't know if he hit his head or not, but I got up as fast as I can because I a little bit fell in there with him. And I got up and then that's when I got up to the restroom and I saw my sister on the floor with her blanket over her and her hair. And then I saw the blood coming out. And then I went to the kitchen. And that's when I saw my dad on the floor too, with the big hole in his head. I got out the front door and I started screaming for help. And I was looking back just to see if he was chasing after me. And I started running. And that's when I saw him at the door with the gun in his hand. I started running down the street And then I passed like 3, 4 houses down our house. And that's when I jumped over the fence. And he was chasing after me and he jumped over the fence. And then he started hugging me and I started pushing him. And I asked him why he did it. And he said he should have never gotten my pants out of your closet.
He said you should have never gotten his pants out of the closet.
I was like, oh, he was downstairs hiding somewhere. Oh my gosh. And then from there, I jumped over the fence again. And he jumped over the fence, then he grabbed my hand, and he was like, come with me. I'm like, oh. And then that's when I heard the siren, and I kept going running back home, and he started running the other way.
Jessica has no problem naming the killer. It was Joseph Castorena. He's the mystery man seen lurking on the Serrano's porch just moments before Jessica and her dad got back home. But they don't know where he is, and they don't know what led him to do something like this. It's vital that they find him, and soon. They've set up a police cordon, and they're using a canine unit to track his scent. He has to be nearby, because his car is still parked on the street, with the keys now taken into evidence, and his phone is pinging as within a 900-meter radius of the Serrano home. But their most promising lead is his family. Joseph's mother and sister live a few streets away, and they come to talk to the cops of their own accord.
She was just saying that all I heard was a gunshot, so I went to go see, and then they came into contact with us.
So we want to talk your boy. We want to make sure that he's safe. And if you're willing to help us find him, we can make that a lot safer than if he's just running around and he gets contacted by the police or some other agency. Okay?
Sí, yo entiendo todo.
So she understands everything.
Yo entiendo, pero yo no.
But she
Nosotros no sabemos nada.
His sister, who speaks English, is more forthcoming. She says that Joseph and Jessica had a bad relationship.
I mean, we've kicked her out of our house many times, and cops have been to our house many times because of them. Do you guys know what happened to how many people did he shoot?
I can't tell you that information. I can't even tell you anything about the case, okay? We just want to make sure that we get him in custody and that we can do that safely, okay? That's our biggest deal, okay? I know this is difficult. It's one of those things where you want to protect your brother and you want to protect your family. I'm just telling you at this point in time, this is the best way to protect him, is to make sure that we can get in contact with him and find out and get him in custody. That's the biggest thing, because the last thing we want, like I said, is him running around and he does something and some other agency contacts him or something happens and we end up having to, something bad happens at that point, okay?
But Joseph's sister doesn't know where he is. With a mass murderer on the loose, this case has massive implications for the local area. So when they get permission to search Joseph's house, the interim chief of police arrives on the scene.
So we're going to go ahead and we got consent to go in the house. Go ahead and do a search of the house.
Do you think he's in there?
We don't know. We got consent.
Is there anybody else in there?
They're saying no.
And who is they?
The family.
And what's his connection to them?
Their mom and sister and I think 2 sisters and then a nephew.
Joseph! Come out! With your hands up and empty. This is your own police department. Come out now. This is your final warning, Joseph. You're under arrest. With your hands up and empty. Please don't make us use force. A dog will find you and he will bite you.
But Joseph isn't there.
Giving canine orders.
Joseph! Come out now!
Move on to the basement?
Yep.
Gotcha.
You good over there, Bobby?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
Eventually, the cops find his phone in the backyard of the Serrano home. He must have dropped it in his escape, perhaps deliberately, knowing the cops would use it to track him. They also find the murder weapon, along with 9 shell casings. It's a 9mm Kimber handgun, and fingerprints on it match Joseph Castorena's. The gun was originally bought by a man in Iowa in 2016, before being reported stolen at some point after that. It has never been registered in Joseph's name. He's clearly a dangerous man. But to shoot 4 people in cold blood? To understand what happened that awful night, we'll have to go back to the beginning of his relationship with Jessica.
I mean, you guys have known each other since middle school, right? Yeah. So we've been together for so long.
And as early as 2020, when they already had a child together, there were warning signs. One day they argued over how best to care for their son.
Do you remember him getting angry and yelling at you that day? Do you remember him basically saying you couldn't take Gerald? Is that how you say his name? Is that right? Yeah. Okay, Gerald. And that, essentially you wanted to leave and he wouldn't let you leave. Do you remember that?
That happened a lot of times. I don't remember.
Okay. Do you remember him punching and pulling your hair that day? Okay. Do you remember where he punched you?
My hand.
Okay.
And I think he accidentally hit Jadine because I had him in my arms and he was trying to take him away, I think.
This wasn't an isolated incident.
Taking you back September 9th of 2021, so sort of the next year. Mm-hmm. Do you remember what that fight was about?
He wanted to take me and Jadine back to his house when we just wanted to spend the night with my dad for at least a day, and he wouldn't let us. And I was downstairs because I went to go change Jadine's diaper, and then I didn't really hear what they were arguing about, but I finished changing Jadine's diaper and I was going up the stairs, and then that's when Joseph punched the cardboard, whatever the block of wood that was in the window, and it accidentally hit Jadine. And then from there, Joseph told my dad that he was gonna kill him.
Okay. Did he say do you remember if he said he was gonna shoot him or how he was gonna kill him? Mm-mm. Just that he was gonna kill him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jessica couldn't have known that Joseph actually meant it.
So obviously in the days leading up to this, he was calling you, right?
Yeah, because he showed up at my job.
Mm-hmm. Was that why your dad was taking me there?
Yeah, like following me to work and taking me back to the house, following me back home. And that night my dad didn't follow me.
Do you remember that he had been pointing his gun at you?
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm sure at that point you were terrified, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he was escalating. This is hard to talk about, but I mean, Joseph obviously was horrible to you, and it got worse and worse and worse, right? Yeah. And this is not any of us judging you, okay? But these are some of the questions I'm going to ask you. Did you ever not tell your family if you were with him? Would you cover for him?
They knew I was with him, but when he first hit me, I didn't want to be with him no more. But I didn't know what to do because he wouldn't leave me alone. And then he would follow me to the house, and he would be outside the house just stalking us, or he would follow me to work, and he would do this, he would do that. And then I would tell his parents, hey, Joseph's outside the house and this and that. No, he told me he's at his friend's house. So, I don't know.
Had you seen him in the backyard? Like peeking in and stuff, or?
My sister woke me up in the morning and she told me, hey, Joseph's outside in the backyard trying to get in or peeking through the window. And then she's the one, I think she called the cops, and then they came and we showed them the cameras.
Is that why you guys had cameras in the house? Was it because of him?
Joseph was obsessed. He didn't want to let her go. Little did the Serranos know, the cameras wouldn't protect them, only keep a record of their killer.
Were you scared to end the relationship with him?
Well, at first, I had my first kid with him, so I was a little attached to him.
Yeah.
And then I kept forgiving him, telling me that he was going to change and this and that. He just never did. So I'm like, I started distancing myself, and that's when stuff got really worse. He was always harassing me, like telling me, if you do this, I'm going to do this to you. But not to my family, only to me.
The couple had lost custody of their kids because of his behavior, but Jessica herself couldn't seem to escape.
He would text my family for me and stuff because he wouldn't let me see them or talk to them.
And would he tell you, I don't want you to see them, I don't want you to talk to them, or would you be scared of him so you wouldn't do that?
Yeah, because he was always hitting me.
Because he was always hitting you. Okay. After he would hit you, or the incidents we just talked about, the 3, would he apologize after and say, what would he do?
He would hug me and start kissing me on the cheek.
Maybe most disturbingly of all, Joseph would create fake social media accounts, pretending to be another man to talk to Jessica. When she agreed to go out with these guys, he'd reveal it had been him all along, ensuring he controlled her romantic life and keeping her afraid of dating anyone new. This is a typical pattern of abuse and control.
Talked about that your dad put up a piece of wood on the side of the house, is that correct?
The side door.
And why had he done that?
Because the window was broken, and he put that to cover the window.
Do you remember saying that you also didn't want Joseph being able to get in the house? Was that partly why? Remember that?
Just a week before the killings, things reached breaking point.
That night, I didn't want to, but I knew he always would carry his gun with him. And that night, I got out of work, and I got in my car, and then I saw him in the back of the car. Not inside the car, but like outside. I'm like, gosh. Because I told him, I'll meet you there. But I was going to go home. And I was in the car, and then he was like, so we're going to go? Because I put my window down, I was like, let's go. And then he was like, no, I'm going to go with you. I'm like, oh, goddamn. So I had to take his ass with me and go eat sushi with his cousins.
He may not have pointed his gun at her, but she couldn't stop thinking about it. She was terrified.
We were in his car sleeping, and I was waiting for him to so he can fall asleep and then get out. And then I was just waiting and waiting and waiting. And then he had the gun right here. He fell asleep. So I opened the door as fast as I can, and I got off and I fell. And I got in the car. And then he was screaming at me to open the door because I locked the doors, and he just wouldn't let me leave. He would get in front of the car and he wouldn't let me leave. He got on top of the what's it called? Yeah. And he, how am I supposed to drive with him on top of there? And then he started screaming at me, and he hit the window and he broke it in all the glass. And then once he hit the window, that's when I was able to drive off. And then he started following me in his Hummer. And then I was driving home as fast as I can. And once I got home, he stopped following me, and I don't know where he left after that. And then I parked behind my sister's car. And then I was hitting her door, like, open the door. And then my sister saw me, and then Ken saw me, and my dad. They were like, what happened? And then my dad started crying because I had blood all over me. Oh, Joseph did this and this and this. And they're like, call the cops.
That was when her family urged her to get a protection order, but it didn't stop him. And on the night of the murders, she couldn't help feeling betrayed.
I told you guys to hurry up and get here. You guys always take long. We always called you guys about him, always coming here, doing this and that. You guys don't arrest him. The dad and the mom always bails him out. It's always the same.
The system that was supposed to protect her had failed, and her family was dead as a result. The least it can do now is bring their killer to justice.
There's now a $15,000 reward for help finding the suspected shooter.
I want justice, and I want everybody to please find Joseph Castrena.
They know that Joseph escaped on foot. He's seen on neighborhood CCTV doing just that. But he left his car keys and his shoes in the Serrano home, and it was a cold October night. He couldn't have gone far, at least not without an accomplice. So the cops turn their attention to Joseph's brothers. His older brother has an alibi for that night, but his younger brother, Juan, who's still in school, does not.
In the days before this all happened, had he been complaining about Jessica? Had he talked to you all about what was going on?
No, not really. I was really working and going to school, so I wasn't really paying attention to it.
In the weeks leading up to it, had he complained about her being a pretty volatile relationship, right? Can you tell me about that?
I don't know if it was a week or not before that, but they did have a little altercation at the house. I wasn't there. I got told when I came back home from work or school. I don't know which day it was exactly. But I don't know. I guess.
Who told you?
I think that's when that protection order got.
He says he was in bed that night when Joseph came back to the house.
You go to bed, and how does Joseph wake you up?
Well, he comes up to me. I'm not asleep on my phone, but I'm laying down and have the lights off. He comes and he's like really panicked, and he says if I can take him somewhere. But he's all in a rush. So I grabbed my shoes and my keys.
Juan and Joseph weren't that close, but Juan agreed.
So I start driving, and then we hit Peoria, and then on Peoria I'm asking him where am I going to take him. He says just keep driving, and then at that point I am pressing. I'm telling him like, what did you do? Why are you freaking out? And he keeps on repeating the same things over and over that he f***ed up, that he didn't know what he did. And he was repeating it and grabbing his head like he was like stressed or anxious. I don't know. He did say that he had shot. I don't remember who he said he had shot, but he had shot. I think he said Mariana. I think that was the name he had said.
Juan started to freak out and made some phone calls.
You made some international calls to Mexico.
I did.
Who'd you call?
Auntie.
Who's Auntie?
My mom's sister.
Why'd you call her?
Just to inform her what had happened.
Okay, so that seems a little odd.
It does.
You're calling Mexico, right?
It does.
What was your thinking on that?
Well, she is my mom's sister, and she is very close to us. And I had called her, and I had told her that she knew what had happened, and she said that she didn't know. She just had woken up, and I told her to call my mom and call my dad, and that was it.
Juan takes Joseph to their cousin Carlos's house. By this time, it's around 4 in the morning.
And then Carlos opens the door, and he obviously knew what had happened because he had obviously asked me if I knew what had happened as well. And I said I didn't know exactly what had happened, but I know that he did that. And I didn't know if they were dead or not. And that's when I dropped him off there. And he comes around, he's still in the back seat, he comes around to the driver's side door and opens the door, and he gives me a hug and says, "This might be the last time you see me." He tells me that he doesn't want to kill himself, but that he is, and that this might be the last time I see him, and that to tell his son that he loves him and to take care of them, and to tell my family, of course, that he loves them. And then that happened, and then I just drove off, and I left him there at that street.
He left Joseph with their cousin Carlos and tried to forget about it, but he couldn't for long. When he saw the news that morning, he knew he had to cover his tracks somehow.
I texted Carlos that if you see him, call 911. Like if you see him around your house, call him, call the police. And that's when I had found out what he actually did too. Because I remember I texted him, I was like, dude, he killed like 4 people. I was like, if you see him, call the cops. That's where I remember texting him.
You see the news that he killed the 4 people. Why don't you call us? Tell us what happened.
I don't know, I guess I couldn't.
Despite what he'd done, Joseph's family had rallied around him. And the next link in the chain is Carlos Flores. Detectives come to talk to him at his workplace on November 1st. Joseph has been at large for 2 days now.
I'm pretty sure you want to know where he's at. Which, I don't know nothing about it.
Do you guys talk a lot?
No, me and him left on bad terms ever since. Just like something happened between me and him next door, and never wanted to talk to him ever again. You guys think he's on the run to Mexico, right?
No. Well, maybe. That could be, right? I mean, let's leave that as a possibility.
Let's say that everyone that has like family over there, that's what I see in Mexico. The people over there who always, they say, commit crime over here and run over there.
Carlos's ideas about Mexico seem suspiciously well thought through.
What if he got lucky and found a ride over there? That's what I think. I don't know.
It sounds like you think that would be pretty lucky, like unlikely.
Yeah, but you have to be pretty lucky to get that, you know?
Or you just have to have a cousin or an aunt or somebody that would give you bus money.
The detectives don't hide their suspicions.
So back up. Your brother commits a crime.
Yeah.
Let's say you have a brother. Your brother commits a really violent crime.
Yeah.
You call someone that you haven't talked to in a long time
Yeah.
for no reason and say, if you see my brother, have him turn himself in. Then, again for no reason, you drive all the way across town. When you have family in other places that you could drive to, you drive all the way across town to a person that you supposedly barely know and don't get along with very well, and you go to his house when it's likely that that brother's in his car. And I guess my question to you is, when we start putting all this together, do you want to be smug and say, I don't know anything, or just tell us what you really do know? And right now, I think you're leaving some stuff out.
Really, right? Listen, you've been interrupting us the entire time.
Okay.
We just told you what we know, and we probably know more, right? He killed 4 people. This isn't a game.
It's not a game.
It's not. So we know that you had contact with him. Stop sitting here and BSing us and telling us that you don't know anything.
Finally, he admits to seeing Joseph that morning.
So what happened was, I get a phone call saying my brother committed a crime. He killed his suegro, which is his father-in-law. I was like, oh, okay. They were like, he was like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do either. Like, just don't come over here. And then I hang up. Thing is, they come back. They like a couple minutes later, which is like 4 something. They show up to my house. He showed up to my house. I think he was in the car. You know, that's my assumption. Joseph was in the car. Mocho is like, Junior gets down. Says, I don't know what to do. I'm scared. You know, okay, like, okay, what should you do? Like, what should you be able to do? I was like, okay, you figure it out. It's your brother, not my problem. I don't want to get in it.
Carlos says he turned them away, and Joseph went off on his own. He insists he doesn't know where Joseph went after that, though. Like Juan, his phone records are full of calls to his relatives in Mexico. The detectives place both Carlos and Juan under arrest. Finally realizing how serious this is, Carlos admits to dropping Joseph off near a school in Denver with a blanket and a bag full of cash. He says Joseph disappeared into the night, and he hasn't seen him since. There, the trail goes cold. But the detectives can't forget those phone calls to Mexico. Finally, on December 10th, he's spotted.
A man wanted for more than a month now for killing a family and a neighbor in Aurora is in custody.
He was going from family member to family member in Mexico, but he'd alienated so many of his relatives that no one would let him stay for long. And ultimately, he was recognized. The next day, he's extradited back to the U.S. The detectives come from Colorado to talk to him, but he's saying very little.
I'd really like to hear, your side of the story. We've talked to quite a few of your family members.
Yeah, man. From what I see in the news, it's totally different. So, my side.
Right.
Things happen.
Right. Okay. And you don't want to.
No.
It's my understanding you already have been.
Have been what?
Talking about what's going on.
Somewhat.
You just don't want to tell us, or what?
Well, I just feel more comfortable concerning, to be honest. It's the way I'm feeling.
I mean, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of your one and only opportunity here to give us your side of it. So,
comfortable with an attorney. I haven't been myself lately.
Sounds like you made some self-defense kind of claims, and I mean that could. Again, we don't know what happened, right?
These claims sound pretty unbelievable. Maybe that's why he won't tell the detectives more about them.
I guess we were told that you were talking to the Mexican authorities.
Not really. Not really, no. They're a little more brutal, so.
Well, you're shaking like a leaf here.
Yeah.
You know nobody's going to beat the shit out of you in Phoenix, Arizona, so I don't know.
The what?
I said nobody's going to beat you up.
But Joseph won't talk, as is his legal right, and his bond hearing reflects his attempt to escape the law.
A bond of $75 million, cash only, for Joseph Castorena.
His case goes to trial in May 2024, and a jury finds him guilty of 4 counts of first-degree murder and 1 count of attempted murder. And in September,